Put your hands up in the air like I'm robbing a bank. I pull guns bigger than the ones you got in a tank. I'm popping heavy metal while you're popping off blanks. I rock a bulletproof vest, you're rocking diapers and skanks. Better come and get your mans before I throw up my hands. Have him in the ambulance, straight shit in his pants. Cause all it really takes is somebody to test me. You're huffing and you're puffing, but it doesn't impress me. I smash everything in sight, nothing breathing. Big bad wolves ain't tough in hunting season. Incredible Hulk, I hit the street with a boom.
How are we doing? Welcome back to Dishing Up Clicks. As always, I am Arius Edge, and with me is my wife. Yeah, I think this is the first time I've actually...
As your wife, or it with me is my wife? With me as my wife.
As my
today.
wife. She's playing my wife today. Tomorrow, could be the
Hopefully
ex-wife. Depends on how this goes. I am Arius Edge. With me is Ginger, as always.
Hello.
Yeah, we haven't been here for a little bit. I mean, obviously, the
Stuff
world is burning down,
happening.
so, I mean...
Some things are going on.
Yeah, so it's kind of, it's an odd time to be around. So, again, we're trying this out with 2 microphones again, so hopefully everything goes off. If you guys are watching, please, if there's any issues, say, hey, you're an idiot and you're echoing again.
Yeah, please let us know as soon so we can. This is the first time ever, if it's not echoing, that I'll actually be able to use my fancy schmancy mic.
I know, we've had 2 microphones for quite some time and have never
We've
been
had
able
them,
to...
obviously, we bought them at the same time, so we've had them for just as long, and I have yet to be able to use mine, so
We're working on it. I'm trying to figure out
gotta finagle
the
some
bugs and all that good stuff. So, yeah, it's the afternoon edition of Dishing Up Clicks. Let's go right into the Heroclix news. And we're done. So, I mean...
Excellent clip.
I mean, there's not really much going on. Obviously, Alliance and everyone have shut down distribution, which is obviously the smart move. Officially, this just came out a couple days ago. San Diego Comic-Con has canceled. So that was one that was being pushed and pushed and pushed. And finally, I don't know if it was actually the Comic-Con or if it was San Diego that said, we're not going to be able to do it.
Say that in 2 months, things won't be rescheduled. It's just everything's been put on hold indefinitely for the foreseeable future. Hopefully the world will right itself and we can get back to living.
Yeah, that would be nice.
So,
If we could do that, that would be
we
great.
obviously are in New England. Everybody knows that. And it is cold today. It is raining. It snowed in parts of Connecticut. Massachusetts got like 3 to 5 inches. I was wearing a t-shirt and shorts on Wednesday because it was 65 degrees, and now it's 35 degrees. So, with that being said, what Aries and I like to do on these type of days are lay on the couches with the dogs and watch comforting movies. Watch movies that we love, old movies, movies that he hasn't seen before, movies that I haven't seen before but we love. And so we wanted to kind of share that with you.
Yeah, I mean, everything going on in the world right now, we really don't have a whole lot of Heroclix stuff happening. I'm trying to think of what has... I mean, we are seeing some Black Widow gravity feeds that are out there in Target. So, obviously...
We don't suggest you actually go into the
I was going to say, obviously, we're going to tell you to be safe and
get them online.
do what's best for you and your family and things like that. But if you happen to be out there, like ransacking a place to try and find some toilet paper, and you happen to just, stumble upon a gravity feed of the Black Widow, then by all means, get that.
Pick up 10, 15, 20 and ship them out to all your
Exactly.
friends.
But I mean, other than that, I did have 2 questions that were pulled up. One person asked, do you think everything that's going on in the world, that it's going to continue to push back titles and push back releases? And yeah, I mean, if there's no point in releasing something if you can't actually get it shipped. I mean, the ship day for the Cosmic Clash starter, the Fantastic Four one, got pushed. Justice League Unlimited got pushed. Everything is going to continue to slide backwards. I mean, there's also going to be no Nationals this year.
And there's a multitude of reasons for it.
So.
You don't want workers there. At the same time, you want workers there to ship stuff because people can't go out to the stores, so we'll just, FedEx, UPS, everything. But even if you get it, you can't really play it. I mean, you can, it's just a lot more difficult to play it, with just your phone screen and trying to play, or playing on Roll20. Get on Roll20, people. Get on Roll20. This is the perfect time to learn.
This is, and if you're having any issues,
You know who to call.
not me. I did post up a tutorial by Emily from our friends up north, even northerner than us in Canada.
What was that word again?
Northerner.
Got it.
Northerner than us. So it is on the Dishing Up Clicks page. Big shout out to Brian Dormier of the Eagles. He also writes for the Dishing Up Clicks WordPress. He's been doing some pretty awesome Roll20 events for Gungai Games. They had 52 for this last event.
That's awesome.
So they're doing it in pods. So it's 4-person pods. You play a round robin, and then the top 2, I think, from each pod then go on to single elimination bracket tournament. So you're getting your money's worth by being able to play clicks and having the opportunity to play through Roll20. So there is still Heroclix stuff going on out there. So, I mean, granted, it sucks because I miss going down 3 blocks to my local comic book store to go play Heroclix.
I just miss being able to leave the house.
Just being able to,
really
breathe
care
fresh
about
air.
Where I'm going, I just want to go there.
Yeah. So, on days like these,
We sit our happy butts on the couches, like I said, and pretty much just watch movies from about 10 a.m. until about 1, 2, 3 in the morning.
yeah.
And do nothing with ourselves, which is very adult of us.
Yep. Super adulting. I'm adulting so hard. So, in no particular order, we are just going to go ahead and run through some movie titles that we are enjoying more and more. I mean, not that we didn't enjoy them.
For me, the ones that I picked are the ones that, no matter how many times I watch them, I love them. They're my favorite. They remind me of when I was a little kid. They're sentimental. They just make me feel comfortable. I know every line. Every word in the whole movie. I love it.
So many words.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, that's basically what we're doing these days. It's just kind of like, yeah, you know what?
The same thing as everybody else.
Yeah.
Nothing.
A whole lot of doing to nothing. So what's your first title then? What's the first movie on your list that when you see it you're like, yep, I like that one. That's a good one.
My first one is The Fifth Element.
Ooh.
I have probably seen this movie, not exaggerating, 25 times before Netflix and Hulu and Amazon Prime and all that. If it was on like TNT or Fox back in the day, we always watched it. Always. We had it on VHS back in the day.
Comendales!
Literally.
Chris Tucker, man.
Every time I hear it in the background, I was so excited when Netflix got it. I watched it twice. Like, I can't ever not watch it if I see it. It's my very favorite. I love Bruce Willis. I love Chris Rock.
Yep, he's not in the movie.
Wait.
Chris Tucker.
I'm sorry, Chris Tucker. My bad. Sorry.
I was like, I'm waiting for it.
He was in there.
I'm waiting for it. She's gonna say.
He's right. I'm sorry, Chris Tucker. It's one of his.
I ain't gonna go fire.
He was a comedian, obviously, well before this movie came out. But for me, it's one of the premier movies that I think of when I think of him. He's
Well,
great
it
in
was that in Rush Hour.
Yes, exactly.
Him and Jackie Chan were
Which
great
also-
together.
Yeah. So that's my first one. I love it. I love the cinematography of it. It's super cheesy, but I love
it is.
sci-fi. I love the costuming, the makeup, the whole nine.
And who else is? Oh God, what's his name is in that movie? He plays every person in every movie. He's literally he is.
Oh, he played. You're talking about
He
Sirius Black.
played Sirius Black. He was in not Silence of the Lambs.
No.
Hannibal.
Yes.
We need Oldman, Gary Oldman.
Thank you.
Yep, there you go. He's in it as well, and you'd never know it was him unless you didn't watch the credits. So yeah, Gary Oldman. He played Commissioner Gordon.
He's done everything.
I loved him as Commissioner
He's
Gordon.
a
He's very
really,
good as
really
Commissioner
good
Gordon.
bad guy. He's a really, really good guy. He just runs the gambit of being an all-around
Being a
amazing
guy.
actor.
He's just a
He's a
guy,
great guy.
super guy.
That's my first one. What's yours, babe?
I always go with a classic, and you're gonna see quite a like kind of a, I guess, what's the best way to put it here? Like a theme with mine is a lot of New England in mine. So the first one I always go with, it's a movie that completely ruined my childhood and still completely screws me up to this day. Jaws.
I don't understand how you can put this on your favorites.
Because it's a classic movie.
It is, but
It's like
terrorizes you.
but you also see like how things are being done today. Like the mayor
classic.
of Amity Island is literally the mayors that we have running right now. They're like, well, there's a big shark out there eating and killing people, but gotta keep shit open. I mean, this is our busiest time. This is our busiest season. You gotta just push it right to the. Yeah, hey, this is how we, this is how we make money. So I mean, yeah, big ass fish out there eating people.
Did you ever ride
The Jaws?
Yes.
I did.
At Disney? Is it Disney?
No,
or is it
Universal.
Universal.
Yeah, I did. I got the chance to do that before they shut it down. Yeah, it's gone now.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Gosh, I have been to Disney/Universal a million times, and every time we went, my brother and I would ride that Jaws ride, and that big plastic shark would come out, the one that's all burnt up after the explosion.
Because I think it's from like Jaws 2
I couldn't tell you, but
when it bites the wire and it gets all like electrocuted.
I laughed so hard because it would come out and it would be so rubbery and shaky, and it would come out of the water. And the announcer guy that sits at
The head of the
front
boat.
Yeah, and he's like, "Oh man, watch out!" Every single time, it's the same person. It's the same
Bruce.
everything.
You know its
I
name
love
is
it.
Bruce, right? I think
I love that name.
there is a I think they're making a movie. Something is, I forgot what it was, but they're making something based off. Oh, they're making a Broadway play, a musical about.
They're gonna use that rubber.
But this is how they're getting around it. So because obviously
you told me
Jaws
this.
is owned by something, they're doing it based off of the documentary book about the making of Jaws. It's called like Bruce or something, which was the name of the shark. So they're basing the play or whatever musical off of that book instead of actually Jaws to get around it. So, but yeah, movie that completely messed up my entire life, and
And yet I love.
I'm like, oh hey, you know what we should watch today? Jaws, all of them. Jaws 3D. It's a great one too. Horrible, so bad. Even though it did have Randy Quaid, Dennis Quaid,
That doesn't really.
the one Quaid brother that isn't Uncle Eddie from the Vacation movies.
Dennis Quaid.
There you go. Shitter's full.
That's Randy Quaid.
Yes.
You're an idiot. Okay, moving on. My next one is one that people are probably going to judge me for, or you're either going to judge me for it, or you've probably never seen it nor heard of it. It's called The Shadow. I grew up. My dad is a big, huge movie person.
Big, huge movie.
big,
Huge, giant movie.
person. And
Movie guy.
my brother and I are 6 years apart, so my dad and I really hung out, just him and I, for like 9 years until my brother was able to do things. And so we would watch movies. Days like this, we'd watch movies, and he loves comic book style movies, action, goofy style movies, and this movie, The Shadow, if you haven't seen it, watch it. It's beautiful. It's
Beautiful?
It is. It's visually beautiful.
I don't know about that.
I'm being serious. It's totally cheesy. Absolutely, the story is completely cheesy, but it's so great, so comforting. I've seen it a million times. One of those things that never is on TV, However, we owned the VHS. I think I still have the DVD of it.
The VHS.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
For those younger people out there who don't know what a VHS is.
It was a rectangle, kind of like a really big cassette tape.
Mhm.
Oh wait, do you know what a cassette tape is?
And when you watched it, it took you just as long to rewind the thing back to the beginning.
So I love that movie. I think it's really visually beautiful. I think it's super cheesy, but I love the story. I love the whole thing. It's totally unlike anything that Alec Baldwin has ever done. So I love it.
We are getting, thank you, Jamie Jordan, for being here. There's an echo going on with the
Of course
audio
there is.
from her, probably from both mics. That's awesome. Son of, how bad is it?
How come there's an echo only when I use it, but when you test them, there's no echo?
I have no idea. I have to figure it out.
Well, unplug my mic.
No, I'm not gonna. I'm. How? Okay.
Alright, hopefully you can still hear me. If you can't, just let us know.
Just crank that up. Call that a day.
But that's my movie. That's my next movie, The Shadow. Check it out if you haven't seen it.
All right, we're winging it now. We're gonna have to figure out how. I don't know what the hell's going on. But thank you for letting us know that there is an echo after 15 minutes of chitter chatter. They're probably just like, just let them keep talking. I don't want to have to. I don't want to have to figure that out. But we will eventually. So she almost sounds like a robot. That's about right. So, all right. So my next movie on the list, again, like I said, you're going to. It's not Jelly Bean noise level bad. Well, that's good. Good to know. It's the Eagles from the Pacific Northwest when they do their podcast. One of their players, Jelly Bean, he has some audio issues sometimes. So, so again, like I said, on my list of the rainy day movies, there is a trend. It is Good Will Hunting. I think it is probably, in my opinion, one of Matt Damon. It's probably Ben Affleck, Matt Damon's best works. I mean, they also, I believe, they won an Academy Award because they wrote this film. It's probably one of Robin Williams' best performances. I mean, he's had quite a few.
That is not true.
100%. What is he in that's better?
The couple of movies that I picked.
No, this is probably one of Robin Williams' best performances.
Because
it's not just goofy Robin Williams. It's not like him and Flubber.
Right, but are you categorizing it as one of his best
Performances,
seriouses?
period. No, period.
Then you're wrong.
How?
'Cause
What's better?
I can't tell you. It's on my
Well,
list.
how are you going to argue with me then if you're not going to sit here and you're going to...
Jumanji is better.
No, oh my God.
Absolutely.
Oh
is
my God.
better. Mrs. Doubtfire
How did we... Okay, Mrs. Doubtfire might be up there, but Jumanji is not.
is amazing.
You are watching the divorce happen as we speak. Jumanji is not. No, Jumanji, you're out of your mind. But no, it's probably their best. It's.
There's so many. There's so many good movies. Dead Poet Society. What's the one where he was the radio? Good Morning Vietnam.
Good Morning
was
Vietnam.
Amazing.
Again, that's probably up there. But I mean, come on. Good Will Hunting.
How about Hook? Hook is amazing. Hook is like my childhood.
Just because it's your childhood doesn't mean it's amazing.
How about the genie in Aladdin?
Okay. Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic.
Some might say Will Smith is better.
They're a goddamn liar.
Yeah. That's not happening. So yeah, Good Will Hunting. If you haven't seen it, you should. Who else is in it? Minnie Driver? Is Minnie Driver in it? She's
Yes.
Yep.
Is that her name?
I think it is. I hope it is. If not, I'm just sounding like a complete moron. This is one of my favorite movies, and I don't know.
Minnie Driver.
Yeah, I was right.
Yep. She
It's
was
not-
great in it.
Whose fault? It's not whose fault. Her fault? It is her fault. If she thinks Jumanji is better, then yes, it is.
He's probably referring to the microphone.
Yeah. Yeah, if you have any suggestions on how to have me fix the microphone issue, please reach out to me. I appreciate that. If you guys have your opinions as well about this argument or any argument that we have, please join in on the fun. Let us know what your favorite rainy day movies are. If you have suggestions, and you know what? Maybe we'll go on there and watch it today, and I don't know. I'll toss up a review or something.
I forgot, like, my all-time favorite, Robin Williams.
What's that?
At least top 3. What Dreams May Come?
Never saw it.
With Cuba Gooding Jr.?
Never saw it.
Oh, my God. It's so good. Oh, there's so many. There's so many.
Oh, I get it now. He's saying it's not your fault.
Not my fault for what?
Come on. And then he embraces them, and then I cry, and then they cry when he's telling Matt Damon that it's not your fault.
I didn't know what
Because
you
I
were
was,
trying to
I
tell
was
me.
like, it's not my fault. Like, yeah, I know, it's the microphone's fault. We're having problems. No.
We're such idiots.
Oh, no, right to the movie, and then just, and then I do the ugly cry.
Mm-hmm.
You crying? No, I got something in my eye. Just both my fingers.
It's a good movie. Robin Williams, you really can't go wrong anything Robin Williams.
West Coast Travis's rainy day movie favorites are likely Spider-Verse. Yeah. West Coast Travis is Chip, by the way, and then I am East Coast Chip.
Wait, is Spider-Verse the comic?
It's the animated movie that
yes,
you liked.
I do like that. I enjoyed
Nicolas
that very
Cage was
much.
good in that.
It was really beautiful to watch, and that's something I enjoy. I love. I went to college for art.
I need more Monster.
And I enjoy the beauty of the movies. Not a movie can be cheesy, the dialogue can be stupid, but if it's visually just gorgeous, I appreciate it so much more.
Soundtrack was very good too.
Yes, it was, and I like the Spider-Verse a lot because it was just so intricately done. You could watch it 10 times and see new stuff in every scene. So I do like that as well. It was really entertaining.
Oh,
the
Birdcage!
How did I even forget?
Oh.
I can't believe I even forgot.
I'm
so sorry.
I mean, what did the guy...
Hank Azaria is the best. Oh my God.
Yeah,
he made the best movie.
What was he making? He was making like a gumbo, a shrimp gumbo with no shrimp. He's holding the shrimps.
No shrimp. Oh my God. That is
couldn't wear shoes.
the best.
Who else was in that? It was Nathan Hale.
Nathan Hale.
Oh, such a good movie.
I wish they could have made a series. I would have watched them
Jamie
make
Jordan.
the same movie 10 times.
Jamie Jordan coming through with...
I am so excited right now. I love that movie.
Birdcage.
I've always wanted to go see the play. It's actually based on a French novel, I believe, called La Cage aux Folles.
La Birdcage.
La Cage aux Folles, I think it doesn't matter. That movie is spectacular. I take back everything.
24-Hour Photo is another good Robin Williams movie.
He plays a serial killer or something?
He plays like a creep. He's like a stalker.
Yeah,
People bring their... It was back when we actually had to go have like film developed. And he used to develop 2 sets. Like if there was a family that kept bringing in stuff, so he would develop theirs, and then he would... Nah.
Yeah,
so that's a good one.
The Birdcage.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. I can't believe I forgot about that. I remember watching that movie when I was very young, and it was amazing. Absolutely amazing. And every time I watch it, I laugh at the same freaking parts. Every time. When Hank Azaria's shoes are too big for him and he's slapping around on the fucking tile.
Well, he can't walk in them. He
always
falls on the carpet.
Oh my God, it's so good. It's just so good.
All right, what's your next one?
My next one is, so I was saying earlier that my dad my mom and my dad, I get a lot of my personality for both, but my dad is specifically movies and music. My mom is really not a huge movies or music fan. My dad, obviously, is a really huge fan of both.
No, your mom, if she watches a movie, it's got to be in black and white.
Right, exactly. So I guess I should say, like, my taste in movies comes more from my father. Not that I don't enjoy the older ones, the classics, but if my dad, if I was sick, if it was a crummy day, if we couldn't go anywhere, Indiana Jones and Star Wars. I mean, we would watch them 4 or 5 weekends in a row. I thought my mom was going to throw herself off the balcony. And we'd watch, so back in the day, there was only 3 Star Wars back in the day, and then 3 Indiana Jones, but we only watch Indiana Jones 1 and 2 because we hated, 1 and 3.
Because you didn't, with Temple of Doom
the Temple of Doom, we hated Temple of Doom. Hated it.
So many bugs.
Ugh. So we watched 1 and 3 of Indiana Jones, and then we watched all 3 Star Wars, and just do it again the next weekend.
Shout out to Brian Dormier, who cosplays as Indiana Jones.
Oh yeah, such a great character, such a great story.
So basically anything that has Harrison Ford in it.
Harrison Ford, obviously, Air Force One is like one of my all-time favorite. Anything with Harrison Ford in it is great.
Mm-hmm.
But Sean Connery as Indiana Jones' dad, he's just a sassy asshole, and I love him. He's a sasshole, is what he is. He's a sasshole.
Yeah.
And he's fantastic. I love everything, but I think we watched it. Did we last
We just
weekend?
watched it a couple weekends ago,
Yeah,
I think.
mean, you just can't get enough of
We've
it,
run
so.
through quite a few.
And
Lethal Weapon was last weekend.
Yeah, that's
that's
right.
what we ran through last weekend.
Okay. Star Wars.
Okay.
That's my dad. Star Wars is. My mom is not any way, shape, or form a nerd geek of any kind. She doesn't like any kind of sci-fi movie. However, my dad is a bit of a nerd, and I grew up on Star Wars. He went to see Star Wars in the movie theaters back in the day, and I love it. It's so comforting to watch. So
That's Fat Dr. Jones, by the way. Right, yep, Fat Dr. Jones. I didn't even look nothing like him. Okay, so my next one, the next two are very similar in the fact that, and I'm gonna throw them both right out there, just because they're very similar in the way that they're cult classics.
Together, so.
They're kind of cult classics, and people will probably know one over the other. But my next two are before that, Jamie Jordan says Patch Adams. Good Morning America.
Patch Adams is great. It's sad though. I mean, he plays.
And it's like Sick Kids.
It's rough.
I can't do that. No, that's even sadder.
Yeah, that's
than,
not a movie I want to watch on a rainy day, so I can
Yeah,
just
let me
jump
go-
off the roof afterwards.
Yeah, it's a rainy, crummy day. Let's go watch Patch Adams. Yeah, and then after that we'll watch like Schindler's List or something. Another
yeah.
great sunshine movie. Jesus, come on. But so the next two, again, they're both in the kind of like the same. One is cards and one is pool, and it's like this underground,
It's a
scene
very
of
similar genre.
Yes, it's like hustling and knowing. So the first one is Rounders, again another Matt Damon movie, but who really steals the show is John Malkovich. I love him playing KGB. You give this man his money. He beat me. He beat me fair and square. Give this man his money. So, a huge fan of John Malkovich in that movie. And then you have Pool Hall Junkies, which is exactly what it sounds like. It's literally just how to play pool. It's hustling for money. Army of Darkness is a good second. So it's very the same thing. Like, this underground scene of being in a basement playing cards or playing pool for money. But also in Pool Hall Junkies, you have Christopher Walken. So you have these two iconic people that are in these very small capacities, but they play them perfect. John Malkovich as KGB, and then Christopher Walken as the main character is like Backer Man. They call him the Backer Man.
It's his girlfriend's dad.
Exactly.
And if you've never
go watch Pool Hall Junkies, you won't be disappointed. We're watching it today.
Okay. When I was in college, I had a friend who was kind of a movie buff, and he liked.
Is this mine?
Yes, not necessarily like Sundance movies, but I guess small film movies.
Like low budget, indie films.
Yes, indie films. Thank you. And one day he came over and we watched. I have him a new movie. It's Pool Hall Junkies, and what we used to do is, back in the day, when you had nothing to do, you did two things. You went to the mall and just walked the mall.
Yep.
Or you went to the pool hall and you played pool hall for $2 an hour. Played pool hall?
Played pool hall?
Yeah. Played pool
Playing
hall
pocket pool?
for $2 an hour. And so I loved pool, and he brought over a movie called Pool Hall Junkies. Now, this is like 15 years ago.
This is younger Christopher Walken.
This is quite a while ago, and I absolutely love this movie. So
put your money on the table.
When I bought this house and Travis and I moved in together, we didn't have any Wi-Fi yet. We still don't have like a dish network or anything, but we didn't have Netflix. We didn't have anything because we couldn't access the internet. So I had I don't know, 10 DVDs, and Trav had 10,000 DVDs.
I had a lot
And
of DVDs. I
one
still have a
night-
lot of DVDs.
You do. One night, I pulled out, oh my gosh, have you ever seen Pool Hall Junkies? And, of course, he hadn't, which I don't think many people have, nor have they heard about it. It is fantastic, and Trav watched it, and now I think he might be a bigger fan of it than I am, which I didn't know it was possible. But
It's just Christopher Walken.
it is such, and he comes in, and you're like, is that Christopher Walken? It's the same thing for John Malkovich. You know, the scene starts, and you're like, wait, is that John Malkovich? Like, it's such a low-budget indie film, and you have this big character that is very understated.
They just kind of slot. Like, you don't see
there.
Christopher Walken until, like, 30 minutes into the
Yeah,
movie.
it's like a little cessel of
Just a little nugget.
attitude. It's great. They play the perfect part. He doesn't take anything away.
Who's the bad guy in the movie? He plays
he's in every
he
Italian
plays
mobster
like
movie
I was gonna
of
say he
all
plays like the
time.
bad Italian mobster guy all the time. He's got the he just sounds like a complete mook.
Chaz Palminteri.
There you go.
Yep. And the gentleman who's the lead character, he was the writer, the producer, the director of the movie. His name is Mars. I always want to call him John Wayne Martin, but it's not. It's
don't know.
Mars. Hold on. Callahan. Mars Callahan.
That
And-
sounds like a made up name.
I know it does.
That sounds like a wrestler's name. Sammy Callahan's brother, Mars Callahan. Sammy Callahan's an
Yeah.
actual wrestler. So it's just
It's a great movie. I don't even know where you can find it. Probably on like Amazon Prime or something
you
like
can
that.
find it. Yeah, probably on Amazon Prime. What's another one you can go and buy?
Red King. Is it Redbox?
No, you're never gonna find that in
I
Redbox.
don't know what the. I think it's Amazon Prime. You can
Probably
like,
you
rent
can go.
/ buy
Yeah,
all movies.
your best bet would probably be to go to that, or if the
You can
if
buy the
an,
DVD.
if an FYE is open somewhere. Again, I wouldn't suggest going out and doing it now. That's in a full hazmat suit, and you
But
got like porn stash
please-
Jamie Jordan there going out with his
I'm sorry,
N95.
I kind of stole it away from you, but it's
Yep,
just such
totally
a
did.
good
Just-
movie.
just
I know.
poop-
You're
pooped
just
on it.
crushed. I know you're crushed.
But yeah, go see.
It's great. It's fantastic. It's worth
Those
every minute.
are fantastic, man. We're gonna watch so many movies today.
Especially if you like movies with a little backhandedness, a little revenge. I like a little revenge just kind of sprinkled over the pot. Rounders has that little comeback revenge. Pool Hall Junkies has
If you
that
haven't
little
seen a spoiler alert,
comeback revenge. It's not a spoiler. You know it's coming. You know it can't end the way it starts, and it's beautiful. Just beautiful.
I would say Pool Hall Junkies probably has the better. Rounders
I think they
Rounders
are
has a good
equally-
ending, but the little
Oh, yeah. It's
Pool Hall
great.
Junkies probably has the
I'm
better.
sorry, we've said it a
better
million
ending.
times. Bloodsport. Bloodsport is a great movie. My brother and I used to watch those.
No, bottom one. Where you- what
time.
the hell's a dim mac?
I haven't thought about Bloodsport.
I will break you like I broke your friend. And he has a Harley Davidson bandana on his calf.
Oh, that's good. That's
Tricks
funny.
with bricks.
It's so stupid. I
Ah,
love
you
those.
lose, American
I
brick.
don't know what Army of Darkness is though.
Army of Darkness is Bruce Campbell. It's So you know who Bruce Campbell is?
No.
He was in the Remember Burn Notice TV show?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Bruce Campbell. He's the older. He was in the
Yes.
Spider-Man movies. He was always
Yes.
He was like, hey, you can't come into to see the play right now because you were late, dummy. He was the usher. Remember in the Spider-Man movie where Tobey Maguire goes to see Mary Jane's
God,
play,
I haven't
and there's the
seen
guy
that.
who wouldn't let
Saw-
him come in because it had already started. Bruce Campbell. So, if you know the Evil Dead series, Evil Dead 1 and 2,
The dark-haired guy.
yes.
I'm thinking it was the main character of Burn Notice.
No. It was the older
I got you.
gentleman.
Army of Darkness, is that it's a series and he has a bat and he like kills a bunch of bad guys?
No. He has
What?
the chainsaw
That's
as
what
his
it is,
hand.
chainsaw.
Yes, and then the shotgun,
it was
which is, this is my boomstick!
Yes.
So, Evil Dead was the precursor to, it was Evil Dead 1, Evil Dead 2, and then Army of Darkness.
I know what you're talking about. I've seen
Super
parts of
cheesy
it.
animation, like the
Yes.
skeletons, they're holding like the ladders
Yes.
and shit.
That's a good one.
Bloodsport is a good one.
Bloodsport.
Haha, you lose!
That's a great
The
one.
super, shitty dubbed over,
It's great. That was a really good
what
choice.
the fuck's a dim Mac? Lost my mind during that. And they're playing the old, like, kung fu game. Oh.
Yes, that's a classic.
Beautiful.
My next one, all of my movies really go back to my dad. It's kind of funny. The last one you're going to like a lot. But anyways, my dad and I are big time readers. We read a lot of books. And my dad what he would do is he'd go to the library. He'd get 10 books because that's how much you can take at a time. Oh. And he would start reading, and then I would just read everything after him. So he always got spy novels and law. So suspense, thriller, murder.
Oh, we also have to go back. Her father is an attorney.
Right.
So he would always read, like...
Not so much... When I say law, I don't mean so much like court case stuff. I mean more of like murder mystery.
Like more...
detective novel
dramatized law stuff.
Yeah,
more
absolutely.
sensationalized law titles. Where he's like, no, law is just a lot of paperwork and dealing with dumb people.
A lot of trial. But anyway, so he loved spy novels, still does. I love spy novels. So I have 3. They all go together because it's my love of spy movies. First one.
What the hell's a dim map? Sorry.
First one, so I'm going to go least favorite to favorite.
Okay.
Mission Impossible. I love Mission Impossible. I love every single one. There's 6 now? 5? Yeah, I know. I love it. I think Tom Cruise is a huge asshole.
Why don't you tell us how you really feel?
I
think Tom Cruise is a complete dumbass.
Yep. He's got a tooth in the middle of his face. If you have not ever seen that, go Google a picture of him when he's smiling. There is a tooth in the middle. It goes right nose, Cupid's bow, tooth. It's so freaking weird. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. Anyways, the whole
really?
Swear to God. The whole Scientology bullshit, I just can't stand it. However, he makes a seriously good action movie.
Jack Reacher, too.
Unbelievable action. And the fact that he does his own stunts, come on. I mean, seriously, it's so amazing. Anyways.
He's not Jackie Chan, though.
Nobody's Jackie Chan.
Well, I mean...
Jackie Chan's not even Jackie Chan. Mission Impossible. The first one, I've seen the first one 15 times. Red.
And that's not even the good one, either.
Oh,
with John
it's the
Voight.
best one.
No.
Absolutely.
No. Toast is what you're talking about. Not red. Toast.
No, but it goes green, yellow, red.
Yes, but he says toast.
And he says red. It's great. It's fantastic. Everything about it is wonderful.
The first one was alright.
It's not your movie.
You know who else is? You know who else is in the first one that like you don't realize because he's not in there for very long? Like Emilio Estevez.
Oh yeah, it's got an amazing cast. Amazing. Anyway, so that's my least favorite of the 3. The second one is a movie called The Saint. It's a remake of like a 1970s movie, another spy movie. It's got Val Kilmer in it, and it's absolutely wonderful.
Horrible.
I love it so much. I never get sick of watching it.
It's got Iceman in it. It's got to be bad.
It's really good, actually. If you've never seen it, please go watch it. They did another remake of it, I believe, in like 2017. I have not seen that one. The like 1997 one is the one you got to go check out with Val Kilmer. And my first, of course, a James Bond.
Oh, Bond, James Bond.
It is, every single one of them are my favorite. They are all fantastic. I like certain Bonds over others. However, the stories are great. The books are great. It's all good. It's all fantastic.
Pushy galore. Just the worst female names of all time.
The female names are the most sexist.
Major
names.
Payne.
Oh God, I love that movie.
What we have here is a failure to communicate.
Yep. I could do this all day.
Absolutely.
Every time somebody says a movie, I think of another movie that I'm like, oh. But James Bond, I think it takes a special type of person to watch James Bond. I think you either love them or you hate them, and I happen to love them. And they were another series that we watched. Travis's grandmother basically gave Travis the entirety of the series.
Now, when she says Travis, she means me.
Sorry.
For some of you that don't know
I apologize.
What my government name is.
Aries, Grandma Aries. So, again, when we didn't have any Wi-Fi or anything set up, we watched James Bond. We have
every James Bond movie made, except for, I think, the
newest ones,
which
you can get on...
Well, I think I'm only missing 2 of the newest ones.
Yeah, and I think I have one of them. It doesn't matter,
yeah.
Now we have Netflix and all this other stuff, you can pretty much watch whatever you want, whenever you want. But it was great when we first started dating. Very, very first started dating.
A lot of DVDs.
We talked about all our favorite movies, and mine was James Bond. He like opened up this. It was it was downstairs in the basement. Walked me downstairs in the basement and had all the James Bond movies, and I was like, yep. We're going to be together forever.
In a row. I had every single one of them.
They were labeled. They were all in numerical order. And it was like...
Her OCD kicked in. She was like,
beautiful.
Yay!
It was beautiful. Blank Man. That was terrible.
That was a great movie.
Oh, so bad.
That's why I put it...
So bad.
But again, another Damon Wayans movie. Blank Man.
So bad. So, what's your next one, babe?
So I've given 4. We said we would do top 5. But then I got to a section and I was like, I mean, I can't choose any one of these. So basically my 5th choice was basically insert any good action movie. Period.
Are you talking about like through the years, or are you talking like 90s action?
Any good action. I'm talking Die Hard, Equalizer, John Wick, Bone Collector, Predator, Get Down! Yow, Dillian, you son of a bitch! Even if you go like Predator 2, when it was Danny Glover chasing around the Predator in New York, and you had, what the hell is his name? Gary Busey, Big Teeth Busey. Huge teeth, just...
I like...
Teeth this size. Let me tell you something, just huge teeth.
I love Danny Glover movies. I love him in Lethal Weapon.
Danny Glover is good in anything.
He's fantastic.
Alien, the original, like, if you want any good action, even if it's like weird action, like I like
The Jackal with Bruce Willis. That's
Jackal was good.
Movie.
But yeah, if it's or the original Halloween movies,
any Tom Clancy movie, especially all the Tom Clancy movies with Harrison Ford in them.
You got an issue. You got issues.
I know.
You got issues.
Hey, not my fault.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, we do. As a married couple, we love our action movies, and we love finding action movies that have been out for a long time but we've never seen before. Ooh, for me, any Steven Seagal movie.
No.
I love Steven Seagal. I love him. He's fantastic.
No, he's not.
He's beautiful.
He
is
can do
no
a
wrong.
slob with a ponytail.
So
I could
great.
probably beat up Steven Seagal.
I don't think that's true. He's like a triple black belt.
Let me in what? In Twinkies?
Everything.
He is such a slimy looking... He looks like a fatter Paul Heyman.
No.
Ladies and gentlemen.
No. Don't.
Yes.
I love him.
He's Paul Heyman's brother. They look so much alike with their stupid ponytails.
I love him.
I would just want... Chuck Norris just round... Oh, we need to watch the... what the hell were those? The Expendables movies. I haven't watched those in a while.
I like that. I like the remake of the A-Team with...
oh, jeez. With
his name
Liam Neeson?
Yes.
Yes.
And...
Waiting for you to say yes.
No, what's the one that has Captain...
You mean The Losers?
Yes, thank you. I couldn't think of that movie. When he's got the blonde tipped hair.
Yeah, when he's like
so
super
good.
young and he's like... He's singing as the courier.
That's my favorite. That is literally my favorite scene ever.
And then he's got the sniper behind him and he's finger gunsing him.
I wished so badly they made another one of those. I wish they made another one of the A-Team. I wish they made 7 more Expendables. It had every good guy, every bad guy, every evil villain for the action verse ever.
Oh, well, it was good. I mean, who did we have for bad guys in the Expendable movies? We had Jean-Claude Van Damme was a bad guy. He had that stupid goat tattoo.
The blonde guy from the punching boxing movie that you like, Rocky. The blonde.
Dolph Lundgren.
Thank you.
He turned in the first movie.
Yeah.
And then you had, I think Mel Gibson was the bad guy in the third one. But it was like crazy, raggedy-ass looking Mel Gibson. Because Wesley Snipes was in it.
Mel Gibson, that was really good.
What, the one where it was his, like, he was the tattoo guy?
Yeah.
Oh, God, I can't remember the name of it now.
Let me look it up, because that's
But it was actually really good.
I think it's a Netflix only.
It is, I think, a Netflix movie where his daughter got in trouble.
Yes.
What was the other? There's another good one we just watched too. Oh, I just watched a movie on Netflix called Code 8.
Bloodfather.
Yes,
Sorry to interrupt
Bloodfather.
you. If you haven't seen Bloodfather and you like action movies and you have Netflix, go check that out. It's really great. What did you just say?
I watched a movie called Code 8. It's basically it's almost it's very X-Men ish, where they're called powered. They have certain powers. They're different levels, kind of like how X-Men are. Like there are some that can do telekinetic things. There are some that are like electric things like that. They have different special powers, and they were the ones that helped build up America and stuff like that. And then they were replaced by machines. So then they were kind of left to the wayside and didn't have anything to do for jobs. And it was kind of like this they had prejudice where it was, powered versus non-powered people. Like it was like a weird rift. It was very much similar to how it is like now in America.
Bright. Another underrated, really good action movie. I pretty much
Will Smith was fun. Was good.
Is gold in my book.
Wild Wild West was not very good.
Oh, I loved that movie when it came out. I
You
was like 11.
have issues.
My brother was 5. I was like 11.
They had to wear those stupid like neck things. That was a horrible movie.
Had that song on single disc, single CD. I went to what was FYE before it was
Music
FYE?
Town?
Yes. Went to Music Town on a Friday night with my dad. Got the CD single for
Strawberries.
$1.
I used to go to Strawberries.
That was in New London. The Music Town was in the mall.
I lived in Norwich, so we had one right in Norwich.
Yep. But I love Will Smith. He is. I don't care if it's cheesy. I don't care.
Favorite
if it's
Will
serious.
Smith movie?
I don't know. Oh God, I don't know. There's so many. Does it have to be a movie? Because I fell in love.
You can't do Fresh Prince. No,
Well,
movie.
I
Movie.
I'll sing the song right now.
No, movie.
Okay, can you give me a second? Because I gotta look. I have to.
Come on, if you have to go and look up what he's done,
no,
then it's not your favorite.
It's not. I just don't know if I can pick a favorite.
iRobot. Instantly.
Oh no.
Right to iRobot.
No.
Absolutely.
You're wrong.
No.
No, you are.
No, I'm not.
It's a great movie. Don't get me wrong.
No. Sir, hold my pie. Sir, hold it or wear it. iRobot.
Can I do 2?
Oh, what? Go ahead. Go ahead and try and beat my iRobot. You don't have one.
Can I do 4?
No. Favorite.
Independence Day.
Oh,
If I have to pick.
shit.
If I have to pick
I
one.
forgot that was...
An absolute favorite. One that
I still think iRobot's better.
You may like it better, but Independence Day. I also... Bad Boys.
Ah!
Bad Boys is a great one.
Oh.
Suicide Squad is amazing. Not my
People
favorite,
poop on Suicide Squad.
I think they're wrong. I thought Hancock was hysterical.
Oh, Hancock
I
was good
watched
too.
Hitch 17 times. It's goofy. It's terrible.
It's a
Enemy
romp.
of the State is a great, really underrated movie.
I don't know if I've ever seen it. Enemy of the State. I don't think I've ever seen that one.
It's not Jack. Is it Jack Nicholson?
I've never seen it.
Ali is a really good movie.
Nah.
It's got John Voight. Enemy of the State has John Voight in it. It's got oh God, it's such a good movie. Gene Hackman. I'm sorry, Gene Hackman's in it.
Oh, the original Lex Luthor.
Yeah. I loved Men in Black. I loved The Legend of Bagger Vance.
I haven't seen that one yet either.
I'm telling you.
What was the other? Oh, there was something else.
It's really, really tough for me to pick a favorite. The Legend of Bagger Vance is beautifully done.
I just had a movie in my head and it's gone now.
I think people think when they hear Will Smith, they think of like goofy, and yes, he's totally goofy, but he's had a lot of really good movies. If you haven't seen Enemy of the State, and you want a good action movie, that is a very well done action movie. Gene Hackman is great. He's a nut job, but he's great.
He's basically a nut job in everything. Do you have any more left? That was my last one.
No, I have 2 more.
How would you have 2 more when I did 5 and
Because
what did you do 7?
We were talking about my dad, so I had to write another one.
Here.
I actually have 3 more, but I'll keep it to 2 more. So next one is Harry Potter.
I mean, that's just if you're if you're a nerd and you have to, you've had to have watched the Harry Potters at some point in time.
Yeah, you had to. I mean, I remember back in the day, is it ABC Family? They would have Harry Potter weekends.
Yes.
And it was the best weekend.
I think TBS also did it too.
I'm sure.
Not sure.
There's a million places, but they would just play movie after movie after movie, and it was the best. It was great. I don't have a favorite one. I think they're all amazing. I have
the Harry Potter. No, you have to have a favorite.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
Okay, but I don't. I like certain ones over others, but I don't have a favorite, and I cannot pick one. Nor could I pick a favorite book. It's just not possible.
No, I have. Mine is the
Goblet of Fire.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because it's the first one where they finally actually kill a kid.
Yes.
It's the turning point from Harry Potter being for children to adult.
Not necessarily adult,
yes,
but
it's
more mature.
You're now having to talk about death, and you take that
We've
turn.
always talked about death.
No, it was always like, oh, you can't say his name. It was like that little childish thing,
and then how his parents died.
Yeah, but it was never like here on my lap, like, oh, here it is.
Visually, I
and
understand
then,
what you're saying.
Boom,
they're great.
The sparkly kid from the damn Twilight movie's dead. Who's gonna be the new Batman?
Yeah, that's interesting. We'll have
Boom.
to have a whole discussion about that. Harry Potter is one of the very few books to movies that, yes, obviously they cut out a multitude of things.
There's so
have
much.
you seen the books? They're extremely detailed. They have to cut. Each movie would be 8 hours if they didn't. However, they were very well done. They were very well done. So I love Harry Potter. I'll watch them all the time. Can I do my last two?
Come on.
Okay. So this is strictly for my dad and Trav. I'm sorry, Aries is gonna laugh. My dad is an attorney. He is also Jewish.
Oh, I know where this is going.
My cousin Vinny.
Yana.
If you have ever seen my cousin Vinny, that's my dad.
Two Utes.
That's my dad. The two Utes.
Two
Utes. What?
Utes.
The Utes.
Oh, I'm sorry. Youths.
It's great. It's so good.
Two Utes.
Everything about it is. It's just. It's my dad. It isn't. There's no other way to put it.
Yep.
So I love that one. My mom. I remember my mom
wearing
and
a bellhop suit, looking like just crushed velvet purple looking.
My mom and I, we watched that movie one day when my dad wasn't home. This was millions of years ago, and she looked at me and I looked at her and we were like, "We don't say anything to your father, just because it's my dad." It's kind of funny. And then my last one is kind of me and my brother thing. So I'm gonna go through. I have 4 here or 4 together that I'm not going to talk about them, but just the 4 that I can think of off the top of my head that my brother and I watched a million times, a million Friday nights, Saturday mornings, and movies. So, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Like the original movies?
Yes, of course. This is back when I was, kid, 10 years old, so my brother was 4.
When Vanilla Ice was doing the Ninja Go rap and shit.
I said this before, but Jumanji. We loved Jumanji. Mrs. Doubtfire a million times.
Which also had a James Bond in it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Pierce Brosnan's in it. I was like, what?
It was a run by fruiting. Did not tip someone from the waitstaff.
It was a drive-by fruiting. A run-by fruiting?
Whatever. Fucking...
Really fast runner.
Yep. Yeah, with a line.
And the last one is The Sandlot. We've watched The Sandlot, also with that Little Giants, but same.
Forever.
That was a great movie.
Why didn't you just knock?
Oh God, James Earl Jones. Just
James
the
Earl.
last
Again,
3 minutes
a nice
of that
little,
movie.
nice little gem nugget at the end.
Song.
Dennis Leary is in that one. He was the
father.
father.
My God, he's the dad.
Yep.
Or the stepdad. Yes, absolutely.
Some lady signed it, named Ruth. Baby Ruth. All the kids puking.
Babe Ruth.
Puking on the spinner because they just had a huge dip in.
Watching it. Mrs. Doubtfire is great. Jumanji is, again, since I was little, apparently I like visually appealing movies. It was really beautiful. And Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. We had of course we had the VHS. We had the cassettes of the soundtrack.
Oh God, what's wrong with you?
So many things. Vanilla Ice was my first CD I ever bought, and I think it was honestly because of these movies. But that's my movies.
What's wrong with you?
Those are my rainy day. And we could talk for 10 hours about our rainy day.
I can continue to sit here and talk, but no one's gonna listen. So
yeah, it was really hard to pick these or pick favorites. But yeah, if you guys want to hear, I have another idea for movies that I'd like to do. If you guys hated this, then I won't do it.
If you guys
like
thought
it,
this was completely useless, then yeah, we won't do this again.
However, if you liked it, yeah, let me know. Let us know so we can do another one.
So again, this is going to be something that we're going to do going forward. There's not a whole lot of HeroClix content to talk about, and so I mean, we'll continue to talk about clicks when we get more information, if there are things going on, if there's tournaments going on, things like that. But I mean, until then,
yeah,
it's
until
just
the
talking.
world starts turning again.
It's just speculating on what's gonna this happen, and I don't want to put
Don't
out
even get started on
this.
the sports world.
Oh yeah,
Everything is stopped right now.
and I don't want to continue to just to sit here and like harp on, like, oh, what was your favorite? What's your favorite sculpt of all time? Like we've talked about this 1,000 times over.
And frankly, I don't know anything about that. So I want to be talking about some stuff I know about. If you hate it, let us know. If you love it, let us know. We'll talk to you guys next time.
Yep. Until then, I mean, as always, thank you to our sponsors with Critical Hits Customs and Sarge's Comics and Games in New London, Connecticut. Also, thank you to our executive producer of the show, Aaron Lloyd. He is an executive producer for a very specific reason. If you want to find out, you're going to have to ask him because I am not going to throw that out there. So, if you want to find out why or how you can become an executive producer of the show, you can ask Aaron. I'm going to throw him out there for that one because he found me in some weird specific way,
very weird way,
and it's something that I'm not going to be promoting or anything at this moment because of how everything is going on in the world, but it was just something that was weird that popped up in my email. So he is our first and will be our first, and he is one of the executive producers of this show. So thank you all so very much. I hope you have a great weekend. Yeah. Also, yeah.
Check out the blog. We'll put links in whatever all the.
Yeah. Check out the blog. Check out the SoundCloud because we are putting these up on
we're rappers
a podcast. Yep.
We're rappers.
Yep.
I mean, really. We're one Instagram post
Little Aries. I'm gonna start rolling my beard in rows and shit and.
All right, you guys have a great weekend, okay?
Sipping scissor, be great. And then I'm going to just start ratting on everyone. All right, we're done. Guys, have a great weekend. Be safe, please. Thank you to everyone who is a business essential and who is out there helping out people who need it. So take care.
Bye.
Goodbye.